Kelsey Anderson from The Bachelor recently went on a girls' trip, which may indicate that she wanted a break from her fiancé, Joey Graziadei. Kelsey, 26, met Joey as one of 32 women competing for his roses. Joey, a 28-year-old tennis pro from Hawaii, wasn't new to hunting for love on television. He made his television debut as a competitor on The Bachelorette Season 20, where he advanced to Charity Lawson's final two. When Charity Lawson offered her final rose to another man, Joey became the Bachelor. Joey began The Bachelor Season 28 by greeting his 32 single women, including Kelsey. Following a season of single dates, group outings, cocktail parties, and rose ceremonies, Joey presented Kelsey with his last rose and heart. The pair got engaged and rode off into the sunset together. They've been living together ever then, and it's conceivable Kelsey needed a break from her fiancé after recently going on a girls' trip with some old friends. Continue reading to hear more about Kelsey's girls' trip and how it will affect her relationship with Joey. Joey and Kelsey have experienced ups and downs since leaving The Bachelor Season 28. They moved into Kelsey's previous house with her roommates because they wanted to start living together right immediately. Fortunately, the odd setup did not last long. Joey was cast in Dancing with the Stars Season 33, so he and Kelsey relocated to Los Angeles, where the show is filmed in front of a live studio audience. Joey surprised everyone by being an excellent dancer. His athleticism paid off as he won the Len Goodman Mirrorball Trophy alongside his professional dance partner, Jenna Johnson. Joey and Kelsey had only planned to stay in Los Angeles while filming DWTS Season 33, but they chose to stay indefinitely. Their timing couldn't have been worse, as devastating wildfires erupted throughout Los Angeles. Joey and Kelsey were scared since they had to be evacuated from their new home. Fortunately, brave firefighters extinguished the flames. Kelsey thanked the firefighters and asked others to help in any way they could. Joey and Kelsey's new Los Angeles house has survived the wildfires. Things became worse when Kelsey was seen without her engagement ring. Kelsey did not wear her engagement ring while filming her TikTok about the fires. Fans noticed and expressed their concerns in the comments area. There were so many comments that Kelsey responded in another TikTok. Kelsey revealed that she recently damaged the ring, which required repair. She stated the ring has a lot of wear and tear, so she tries to remove it whenever she gets home, works out, or does anything that could damage it. Kelsey recently took a weekend vacation with some of her buddies and shared numerous images from the event on Instagram. The Bachelor Season 28 cast includes various ladies, including Daisy Kent, Leah Kayanen, Lexi Young, and Rachel Nance. Kelsey has maintained strong contacts with many of the women who appeared on Joey's season. Though it may appear strange for her to be friends with ladies who have dated her fiancé, they all share a special link that few people understand. While Kelsey is on a trip with her girlfriends, Joey is most likely touring with the Dancing with the Stars live performance. He had already performed with the live performance, but after a month off, his first show was postponed owing to inclement weather. Despite the upsetting delay, Joey joined the program for further performances in different cities. Joey's modest career setback occurred at a horrible moment, as he was already dealing with allegations of marital problems. Kelsey admitted that she felt significant FOMO over Joey going on tour, so she most likely went on her girls' trip to divert herself. In January, Joey shared Instagram images of himself and his mother during a football game. Joey's post reads, in part, "People always ask why I am a Packers fan despite growing up in the Philadelphia area, and this woman is the reason why." Joey's sister is also present. He also included his bucket list, which he crossed off, go to a Green Bay Packers rivalry game. Though Joey and Kelsey are frequently together, they are doing a lot of things independently, which isn't always a negative thing. It could imply that they are at ease being a part of certain situations. Kelsey and Joey got engaged on The Bachelor Season 28 finale more over a year ago, and they want to marry within the next several years. The duo appears to be quite busy advancing their careers as social influencers and public celebrities. Maybe once Joey finishes touring with the Dancing with the Stars live performance, he and Kelsey will have time to start arranging their wedding. Kelsey Anderson had always been the type of woman who wore her heart on her sleeve. From the moment she stepped onto the Bachelor season, she was an open book, full of hope, ambition, and a longing for love. Her chemistry with Joey Graziadei was undeniable from the start. He was the kind of man who made you feel seen and heard, and to Kelsey, that felt like the world had finally aligned in her favor. Their connection, though genuine, had never been without its challenges. As the show went on and the stakes grew higher, Kelsey began to notice the subtle ways that the pressure of public scrutiny was beginning to take its toll on her relationship. While the world cheered for their blossoming love, Kelsey felt something stirring inside her, a quiet voice telling her she needed more than just Joey's affection. She needed to find herself again. It was the small moments that started to stand out. Kelsey had always been a fiercely independent woman, but over the course of her relationship with Joey, she had become increasingly reliant on him for validation and comfort. The cozy nights in, the sweet text messages, and the future plans, all of it felt perfect, but something was missing. One evening, after a particularly heated discussion about their future, Kelsey stood in front of the bathroom mirror, staring at her reflection. She barely recognized the woman looking back at her. Her eyes, once bright with excitement and dreams, now looked a little weary. She had poured so much of herself into Joey that she had neglected to nurture the parts of her that existed before him. "Is this it?" she whispered to herself. "Is this what I really want?" Joey, for his part, had been nothing but supportive. But it was clear that the pressures of The Bachelor had taken their toll on both of them. The whirlwind of public appearances, social media commentary, and constant expectations from fans had created an environment where it was harder to just breathe. As the months went by, the cracks in their seemingly perfect relationship started to widen. Kelsey found herself longing for a break, a space where she could recharge and reconnect with her own identity. It wasn't about wanting to end things with Joey, but rather about needing to recalibrate. And so, when an opportunity arose for Kelsey to join a group of her closest friends on a girls' trip, she knew it was the perfect chance to get away from the intense spotlight and take some time for herself. The trip was to a quiet beach town, far removed from the media frenzy, where she could let go of the pressures of being the perfect couple and just exist in the moment. Kelsey hadn't told Joey about the trip at first, feeling conflicted about how he would react. She didn't want to hurt him or make him feel like she was distancing herself from him. But the more she thought about it, the more she realized that this trip wasn't just about escaping Joey, it was about reconnecting with the woman she used to be before the cameras, before the fans, before the relationship with Joey consumed all her thoughts. The group of women she traveled with included some familiar faces, friends from her life before The Bachelor, and a few women she had bonded with during her time on the show. There was Emily, her childhood friend who always knew how to make her laugh, and Sarah, a fellow contestant who had become a confidant after the show wrapped up. Together, they formed a tight-knit group, and the energy among them was instantly uplifting. As the days passed, Kelsey found herself laughing more than she had in months. She realized how much she had missed this feeling, the ease of friendship, the comfort of being around people who knew her before the fame, before the romance. The girls went hiking, spent afternoons lounging by the beach, and stayed up late talking about everything and nothing. For the first time in a long time, Kelsey didn't feel like she was living up to anyone else's expectations. She could just be herself, no pressures, no cameras, no scripts to follow. There was a sense of freedom that she had been craving, and she was soaking it all in. But it wasn't just the fun and relaxation that stood out to Kelsey. It was the moments of clarity that came with the quiet. One night, after a glass of wine and a heartfelt conversation with Sarah, Kelsey had an epiphany. "Maybe I've been so focused on what Joey needs, what everyone else expects, that I've lost sight of what I need," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Sarah smiled softly, placing a hand on Kelsey's arm. "It's okay to take a step back. You don't have to be everything for everyone, especially if it means losing yourself in the process." Kelsey felt a weight lift off her chest. It wasn't that she didn't love Joey or that she didn't want a future with him. But she couldn't deny that she had been so invested in their relationship that she had forgotten how to take care of her own soul. By the end of the trip, Kelsey felt like a new person. She was still in love with Joey, still excited about their future, but she had rediscovered the importance of loving herself first. The bond she shared with Joey was beautiful, but she knew that in order to truly thrive together, they both needed to continue growing individually. As she boarded the plane back to the city, Kelsey's phone buzzed with a text from Joey. "I miss you already. I hope you're having a good time, but I can't wait to see you soon." Kelsey smiled as she typed back, her fingers moving with a sense of clarity she hadn't felt in months. "I miss you too. I'll be home soon, but I think I have a lot to share with you when I get back." There was no rush, no pressure. She had taken her time to figure things out, and now she was ready to face whatever came next with Joey. She knew that relationships were about balance, about both people showing up as their best selves, and she was ready to show up as hers. When Kelsey returned home, she and Joey met for dinner at their favorite spot. The restaurant was quiet, with dim lighting and soft music playing in the background. Joey smiled as he saw her, but there was a hint of concern in his eyes. "How was the trip?" he asked, taking her hand in his. "It was everything I needed," Kelsey replied, her voice steady. "But it also made me realize something important." Joey raised an eyebrow, clearly curious. "What's that?" Kelsey took a deep breath. "I think I've been so focused on our relationship that I've forgotten about myself. I've neglected parts of me that need attention too. I need to take some time to find balance, Joey. It's not about you, it's about me." Joey looked at her for a moment, processing her words. He had always known that Kelsey was a strong and independent woman, but hearing her admit that she needed space to rediscover herself was both heartbreaking and beautiful. "I understand," he said quietly. "I've noticed it too, you know. You've been so busy being there for me, for us, that you've lost touch with who you are on your own. And I think you deserve that time." Kelsey smiled, feeling a wave of relief wash over her. She hadn't expected him to understand so fully, but he did. And that made her believe even more in their future. The weeks that followed were transformative for both Kelsey and Joey. Kelsey focused on rediscovering her passions, spending more time with her friends, and doing things that made her feel alive. Joey, too, took time to focus on his own growth, ensuring that their relationship could thrive in a way that was healthy for both of them. When the two of them finally sat down together, they spoke openly about their hopes and dreams for the future. Kelsey knew that she wasn't giving up on love, but she was committing to making sure that the love she shared with Joey was built on a solid foundation, one where both of them could grow individually and together. "I think we're stronger now," Kelsey said, her hand in Joey's. "We've both learned so much about ourselves, and I believe that will only make us better partners." Joey nodded, squeezing her hand gently. "I agree. I love you, Kelsey. And I'll always support you in finding your own way." Kelsey smiled, her heart full. She knew there would be ups and downs, but now she felt ready to face them with Joey by her side. Together, they would navigate the world, but with the understanding that sometimes, taking a step back is the only way to move forward. And so, their journey continued, not as two halves trying to make a whole, but as two complete individuals who had chosen each other, knowing that true love isn't about losing yourself in someone else, but about growing together. Joey and Kelsey decided to stay in Los Angeles indefinitely, even though their original goal was to only stay while filming DWTS Season 33. Devastating wildfires broke out throughout Los Angeles at the worst possible time. Since they had to leave their new house, Joey and Kelsey were afraid. Thankfully, courageous firefighters put out the fire. After expressing gratitude to the firefighters, Kelsey asked anyone else who could help. The beautiful Los Angeles home of Joey and Kelsey has withstood the wildfires. When Kelsey was spotted without her engagement ring, things became worse. When filming her TikTok about the fires, Kelsey didn't wear her engagement ring. Concerns were noted and voiced by fans in the comments section. Kelsey replied to a lot of the comments in a different TikTok. Kelsey disclosed that the ring needed to be repaired because she had recently damaged it. She claimed that because of the ring's extensive wear and tear, she makes an effort to take it off anytime she gets home, works out, or does anything else that can harm it. During a recent weekend getaway with some of her friends, Kelsey posted a ton of pictures to Instagram. Among the women in the Bachelor Season 28 cast are Rachel Nance, Leah Kayanen, Lexi Young, and Daisy Kent. Many of the women who starred on Joey's season have remained close friends with Kelsey. Her friendships with women who have dated her fiancé may seem odd, but they all have a unique bond that not many people can comprehend.